so I've got a little bit of a different video for you today. It's kind of like a mini tutorial sort of video. This is actually the second one I'm filming, but the first one you're going to see. So do let me know in the comments below if you like this kind of format, where I'm doing a little sort of actual demonstration at the end in real time, showing you kind of how I've created a background and also some alternative backgrounds for the card that I'm going to show you. But because this is for kit number 61, I'm going to do like a mini little unboxing at the beginning. But if you want to see the full unboxing as normal with tons of samples that I've done as well, there will be a separate video for that too. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it out before or after this, but there will definitely be my normal unboxing video for those of you who love that as well. So for kit number 61, it's called Message in a Bottle, and we're actually seeing the new Coral Skies colour trend, which is the third colour trend for 2022 and shouldn't be too long until it's released actually. So we've got sneak peeks of some of the items, and there's also a limited edition item as well. So this one is not going to be in the colour trend, but it is in this kit. So we've got a full mica mist. We have got a full Nuvo drop, which is an existing colour. We have got a full Nuvo embellishment mousse, which is also an existing colour from the Nuvo range. We've got a mini embossing powder, which is one of the new ones from the colour trend. We've got the new set of washi tapes from the colour trend. We also have the new 6x6 patterned paper pad from the colour trend with some beautiful designs in there. And in the paper selection, we have 9 sheets, sorry. 5 of them are one of each of the new papers that are in the new colour trend, and then we have 3 existing textured Craft Perfects plus a sheet of their 100 GSM Vellum as well. And then the actual die and stamp set, I've got the sticker to show you. So we've got Message in a Bottle. The stamp set is a little Diddy A7 stamp set with some sentiments on there and a few little accent images. And you'll see me using that more on the samples that I'll show you in my full unboxing video. And then these are all of the dies that are in this month's kit number 61. I am actually only using one of the dies, the little boat die on the card that I'm going to show you, but it's mainly focusing on the background, which is going to be a combination of the mica mist and the Nuvo drop as well. So I'll put these away and then I'll come back to show you that background. So this is the card that I'm going to sort of do a tutorial on, but I haven't got a dried background ready, so I'm literally just going to show you how to create the background and show you it on a couple of the different colours of cardstock that are in the kit, in case you didn't like the quite so moody effect that this gives using the mica mist just onto the white card. But you can see the gorgeous effect that you get with the Nuvo drop in there, and I have done quite a few samples that will be in the main unboxing video, but I thought this one would be quite nice to show you because I say a lot in my videos, I've done this with my like Nuvo squishing background technique, but I don't think I've ever actually done a talking video showing it. I've shown it plenty of times in my sped up videos, but I don't think I've shown a talking video, so I just thought I might as well show you this background, and it gives such cool unique effects every time you do it. So all of these backgrounds are going to look completely different. We might not get this cool bit in the middle, which was where there was more concentration of the Nuvo drops. We might not get that in the one we're going to do now, but we can see if we can try and recreate that. But this mica mist, which is the Moonlit Ocean, which is part of the colour trend, but it's an exclusive one to this kit, so it won't actually come out in the colour trend, I don't think. But it's a gorgeous deep dark blue kind of colour, and you can just about see the mica on the white card. If you tip it in the light correctly, you get that sort of mica sheen from it, but it does actually show up even more onto coloured cardstock, which is why I'm going to show it to you on a piece of the existing, I think this is Denim colour, and then the brand new dark deep blue colour, which I can't remember the name of, but you're getting a piece of this in the kit and it's in the new colour trend as well. So I'll show it to you on all 3, because when you're doing this kind of technique, you might as well make a few backgrounds, because you're not just going to do one dip into it and everything's going to be gone. There's still going to be some stuff left on your mat, so you might as well get a few backgrounds out of it. So to do this background, I've got my little pieces ready. We'll work on white first, go to the medium blue, and then we'll go to the dark blue to kind of show you. And this is the messy mat, or the media mat, that comes with with the Tim Holtz Media glass mat, but you can also buy them separately in a roll. You get like I think it's like a 12 by 12 kind of sheet in a roll, and I've just got mine on the piece of acetate that it came on when it came with my mat, but you can just cut a piece of a bigger roll down and put it on a piece of acetate as well if you want to. I just like it on the acetate because it means I can move it around easily. If I've got something drying on this, I can lift it up and move it, whereas if it was stuck to my mat with the cling backing, I'd have to kind of peel it and everything would drip and everything. So I do recommend having it on a piece of acetate. It's really helpful. Although don't heat on it when it's on the acetate, because the acetate won't like the heat and it will sort of start curling up. But definitely think about putting yours on a piece of acetate if you want to. So first of all, what I do is I'm just going to take some of the Nuvo drop, which is Ivory Seashell, which is an existing colour, one of the original metallic colours of Nuvo drop. So it's a great one to have in your stash anyway. It's a really lovely addition. So we can just squeeze this out. Doesn't matter how much you put on, what kind of pattern you put on. You can put as much or as little of this as you want to. I'm just going to do a random pattern like that. And then the mica mist, you want to shake up your mica mist, because all of the mica, well, you can actually see some of it there, it's settled on the bottom. So you want to shake that up so it's all in solution rather than settling on the bottom. And this one, as you can see here, it does have a dark blue colour to it because it's showing up on the white. But it does also have that mica in there as well as the dark blue colour. And the mica does show up more on darker surfaces. Now you can spray this onto here, but I know a lot of people don't like the mess that a spray creates. And it also means you have to go off and clean the nozzle out so it doesn't get bunged up. So I just tend to open the bottle and use the uptake tube just to tip a couple of puddles onto here. And I don't know if you can see from that far away how beautiful this mica looks when it drips out of the bottle. If I can try and zoom in and show you kind of, I don't know if you can really see, you can see that, I think you can just about see the lighter kind of medium blue mica that's hiding in there, and it all kind of sinks to the bottom, but we should hopefully get a lot of that on our backgrounds, especially the other two colours. It tends to show up more on there. So now what we want to do is take some water, just any water, it doesn't have to be distilled water or anything, and spray that all over the background. Now there are different ways of doing this. When I use mousses, and sometimes when I use drops as well, I take my palette knife and I squish it around in here to kind of mix up some of this so it's not quite so clumpy. But I quite liked that clumpy effect that I got here with having excess of the drops, so it kind of depends what sort of look you're going for. So I'll mix a little bit of it and I'll leave some of it clumpy so we can see what kind of results we get. So first of all, we're going to go with the white card, and all you do is literally take your card, put it down, and then like squish it and move it, and you can usually get a lovely background just in one dip, which is nice. Oh, okay, not so much dark on this one. It's picked up a lot of the lighter kind of colours. So in that case, we can add some more of the mica. I probably just sprayed too much water on there, but we can add a bit more of the mica mist onto the background to help get some more depth to the colour, and not water it down this time, so we keep it stronger. There we go. We've got more of that deep dark blue kind of colour, and you can dip it in multiple times as I was just doing as well, but oftentimes you can just get it as a cool background straight away with one dip. It's obviously because I'm filming it and speaking, it's obviously not playing how it normally works, but that is a really cool background with all of that texture from the Nuvo drops that are in there. So that's just onto white card. Then I think I am going to put a little bit more Nuvo drop in here because I added more of the mica mist. I'll just do a little bit more of the Nuvo drop, and this time we won't add water, and we'll see what happens with that. So this is the Denim blue cardstock that we're getting one sheet of in the kit. You can go onto the textured side or the smooth side. So maybe let's go smooth side on this one, and then on the darker cardstock we'll go textured side and see what kind of different results we get. So we can press this in, squish it around and lift up. Oh, that looks really cool actually. That's really picked up the mica, because this card is thinner. The white card I was using was 300 GSM. This card is thinner, so it has started to soak all the way through. But look at the results you get with that. That really looks like a rough sea, and you could have the boat in the middle still, but it looks like a really cool rough sea that you could put the boat on then as well. Whereas this looks like a stormy sky. That looks like a rough sea. So, and that was just one dip into there, and that looks perfect. I'm just going to leave that as it is. And so we will do the final background, and shall we add a little bit more? Let's go with a little bit more mica mist over here and a little bit more drop on the other side. You don't always have to reload it every time when you're doing another background, but if you feel like you really like the effects of when it has more of the product on there, you can definitely just keep adding as much as you want between each one. So this one, we're going to go onto the textured side of the card and see if we pick up maybe it might go a different sort of pattern. We might get that texture still showing through. Yes, so you do get that lovely grainy kind of texture, or the crisscrossy canvasy kind of texture, but you can really see the mica showing up on this colour now. And we can dip back in a little bit more, try and get a bit more colour on there. As I said, this card is thinner, so it's quite porous, so we can actually go in again with a little bit more colour and see if we can get some more of that gorgeous mica to come through. If we go for another little puddle down there. And so you can see sometimes you get the perfect background straight away just by dipping it in once, and other times you feel like you need to go back in, add some more to different areas of the cardstock, but you still can get fantastic backgrounds every time you do this sort of technique. And this is just with the mica mist and the Nuvo drops, but you can do this with just different colours of Nuvo drops. You can do it just with the mica mist if you want to. You can combine your distress inks or distress oxides with your mica mist or your sparkle sprays. You can use any of your mousses, and if you use the crackle mousse, you can get fine little crackly crazing patterns in the background. And if you use your expanding mousse, you can still heat it and get that little expansion kind of effect in there as well. And glacier paste works really nicely for using for this technique too. So really any of your Nuvo products that you have, you can do this kind of technique with. So do give it a go and have a play with it. I'll just tidy all of this up and then I'll show you the final card again. So here's another look at the three backgrounds. They are still wet, but you can see when you have them next to each other the different results that the cardstock makes. Not just the colour, but the texture, because this was on the textured side, whereas this was on the smooth side, and also the thickness of the card makes a difference as well, because this has got more like pooling of the Nuvo drop on the surface, whereas these ones, they feel like they've kind of melded in a little bit more, but this one you've definitely got that beautiful pooling effect, which I feel like it gave that kind of moody background, like a cloudy sky, moody cloudy sky sort of a background, that kind of technique or that kind of effect that it gives on 300 GSM white card. Whereas this is a really, again, it could be a rough sea, so this is like stormy sky, rough sea, and then this almost looks galaxy-esque to me as well. So you really can get different results with playing with the same two products on different textures or different colours of cardstock. And then this is the final card again. So if you did just want to finish off one of these backgrounds in the same way as I did this was literally just a piece of one of the patterned papers. I just tore it into a strip, white heat embossed a sentiment on there, sprinkled on some embossing powder and heated it from underneath to get this speckled effect. And the larger speckling on there is actually splatting with some water and then putting white detail embossing powder on there and heat setting it to get those larger splats on there. And then the main focal image is just all of the fall away pieces from the interior die of the sailing boat. And I love how that looks. It kind of looks like a little ghost ship or something, and the blue cardstock from the new trend works absolutely perfectly with that colour of cardstock. But if you're working on one of these different ones, you can switch up the colour of this as well. For this one, I feel like you could go with the corally kind of colours for the boat and the patterned paper strip, and it would really stand out and look really striking. And for this one, you might want to go with just white, or maybe using some of the vellum as well to give it more of a softer kind of look, because the background's already pretty dark. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of tutorial sort of video, and please do let me know in the comments if you like this style. There is definitely another one coming, but I'm going to sort of wait to see what your feedback is on them, you know, if you like this kind of thing, for whether you want me to keep doing them in the future as well. But don't forget to go and watch the main unboxing video that I usually do too. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!